It's the Big Rich Live on the Mike Radio Show here on YouTube. The real news and strong opinions given here. A platform to chop up game with the family, you dig?
What's good, people? What's good, people? Big Rich here from the Big Rich Live on the Mike Radio Show, and welcome to, I want to say, episode 65, I think. Good grief, we pulling them out. Happy hump day, people. Again, half the week is gone. I hope all your wishes came true, if they were good wishes. If you wish for somebody to just roll over and die, I'm not going to, help you in that aspect with my prayers and praise. I hope that you're still working for your goals and making it do what it do, because that's all we can do here. Remember, I tell you to be the best person you can be the best brother you can be, sister you can be, person you can be, neighbor you can be, citizen you can be. Just be the best person you can be. You feel me? So we're here on another show. We're going to start with, it's funny this time. I hope you guys can see on the bottom here. We trying to incorporate some more graphics in our platform here. Trying to step up to the plate and be a little bit more professional, if you will, with the way we do it. So hopefully that works good. Let me know what you think. Thumbs up if you like it. Thumbs down if you don't like it, or any changes and stuff like that. Let's give you our media platform shows, media platform for our shows. Excuse me. It's Twitter is capital B, capital R Live on the Mic. Instagram is Big Rich Live on the Mic _ between each word. Our, what is it? What would you call it? Our, I made a mistake. The last thing that when I said Facebook.com, our Facebook page was changed to Dark Shadow Media TV. Actually, it's not. It's still the same. You can't change that. So that's still going to be Facebook.com / Big Rich Live on the Mic. The black spot, that was changed, and that's blackspot.com, BLAQSPOT.com / Dark Shadow Media TV. Check us out. Our email is bigrichlivonthemic@gmail.com, and our two website, darkshadowmediagroup.com and bigrichlivonthemic.com. So check us out. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Share this video and all the other 82, 83, 102, I think it's like 102, 103 videos. Share that to your social media platform. Each one, teach one. That's what we do. And I am greatly appreciated. I greatly appreciate it. Yesterday, I don't know. I'm sort of at a little quandary because the movie review, it started out really great. And now it's sort of plateaued and stuff. So I don't know if I want to continue that. I continue to go to the movie, so I don't know how that's going to go. I know a few people have inquired via email. If the rumors were true that I was thinking about discontinuing the show, and I don't know. Maybe I'll still do it, and for the people that enjoy it, but it's gone from the thousands. I think, like one, I can't remember which one, only had 9 views, and the one from yesterday, I think, not yesterday, Monday, I think it only has like 14, 15 views, something like that. So I don't know. I might discontinue that and keep going. I don't know. We'll have to see. But to answer your question, I haven't made up my mind. I enjoy the show. It's pretty much where I can sort of freelance and talk, and I don't have to stick to a certain point. So, we'll know. We don't know. I haven't made up my mind as far as that concerned. So you let me know. Let me know what you guys think. Okay. Today, we're just going to talk about one subject. Now, I've tried my best not to get involved in this. Everything, not everything, but most subjects that I bring up are subjects that are not only in the news, current news, but they are inquiries that you might ask as the subscribers. And I I feel that I'm here for you guys. Yes, I know I'm here for my own therapeutic reasons, and I enjoy to talk and to teach and to converse with you guys, via Twitter here shortly. Hopefully, within the summertime, we'll be doing live tweets, and we'll finally bring up our chat room and stuff like that. But we taking baby steps. But I just didn't really want to get involved in the whole fiasco because I don't like either party. You follow what I'm saying? But when you put certain parameters up, when certain things are made or said or whatever like that, then I feel that I'm obligated to answer your questions and to give my 2 cents. So we're going to talk about the LaVar Ball. Kristine Leahy, Colin Cowherd, and Jason Whitlock controversy that happened, a couple of days ago, like late last week over in Fox Sports 1, over on Colin's show, The Herd. Now, to give you a little background, it involved LaVar Ball, who anybody who knows me knows that I do not like LaVar Ball. I think he's, I'm not gonna say homicidal, but I just think he's an idiot. He's an asshole. He really is. And he's overly arrogant and overly bombastic. But I mean, hey, that's just certain people's characteristics, I do not like the fact that he seems to be writing cashes that his son, at least right now, Lonzo Ball, and then his 2 younger sons are going to have to cash. But, if they cool with it, then, that's his family, But he was invited on Colin's show. And after the pleasantries, going back and forth, whoop-de-woo, the question was asked by Colin, did he sell any shoes? So dude said, LaVar Ball said, yeah, I sold some shoes. I sold enough for me. I don't know if he wind up kicking it out saying he sold 500 or 1,000 shoes, something like that. I don't know what I don't even know if he came. I don't know why that popped in my head. Maybe in another interview he said that. I'm not too sure. But he says this, and then all of a sudden Kristine Leahy, which if you know anything about the show, Colin Cowherd is sitting at a desk like mine's, obviously a whole hell of a lot better than mine's, right? Then right here is where the guest sits across, so they can converse, just by turning your head. Colin doesn't have to turn his head too tough. He just has to turn his head like this. And then the guests will be sitting, if you're sitting like I am, they would have to just turn this way to converse with Colin Cowherd. Kristine Leahy, they say is a reporter. I don't understand I look for her credits and I don't see any credits. I just thought she just like a personality, like like they have radio personalities, I didn't think she was a bona fide journalist or reporter. What the hell is that, But she sits all the way behind here, like I'm sorry, I shouldn't even say it. If I'm Colin, she sits all the way on the other side of the room there, facing Colin. But if the guest is talking to Colin, their back, especially the back of their head, is facing Kristine Leahy. Now, Kristine Leahy is a young white lady, blonde hair, bleach blonde, very attractive, very, like eye candy. You know what I'm saying? You would think of her, okay, they're putting her on this show as eye candy. She interjects every now and again. She don't really have a segment that I know. Now, I don't watch the show. I used to watch The Herd a lot when he was with ESPN. And then he started his sort of viewpoints and all that stuff started getting on my nerves, and it was really boring and nonsense. So I stopped watching him. And then I picked it up a little bit, just a little bit, because, his Herd show is during the day when I'm usually at work. So I really didn't have a chance to listen to it. But it came back on my radar when him and Jason Whitlock, who we'll discuss in a little bit, have a show called Speak for Yourself, which is a direct challenge to Pardon the Interruption on ESPN with Tony Kornheiser and Michael Wilbon. So that's how Colin got back on my radar, and I started watching her every now and again. You know, if I'm home for that day or watching reruns or certain segments on YouTube, then I'll do that. But other than that, I'm really not. You know, it's not in my I'm not in their demographic. Put it like that. So as he's answering the question, which I just gave you his answer, talking about LaVar Ball now, Kristine Leahy decides to interject. Well, how many? Now, you have to understand the whole dynamic of that. LaVar, okay, let's go back when I say the dynamic. Days before, Kristine Leahy was interjecting into Colin's show and saying that, basically paraphrasing, not because I can't quote her because I don't listen to her, but basically it just says she doesn't like LaVar Ball. She thinks he's a maniac. She thinks that his kids are scared of him, which she has said so publicly. Now, if you say that, you know, if like I have a daughter, if you tell somebody that you think that my daughter is scared of me, what is that insinuating? That's insinuating that I'm somehow either a bad parent or might be abusing her or dominating her some type of way. It's all in a negative connotation. Anytime somebody says that somebody's scared of you, I don't see that they're scared of you as a positive unless you're a bully and you take their fear as a positive for your own self-esteem. So these are all the things that she has said publicly about LaVar Ball. So you have to understand that he already ain't got no use for her. So he basically shuts her off, you know, basically gives her his hand. And it's like, look, stay in your lane over there. I got nothing to say to you. I'm here on the Colin Cowherd show, The Herd, and I'm talking to Colin. So she was immediately butthurt and, you know, well, I was just asking questions and that's disrespectful. And he was like, look, you scare me. All these things that you said about me before, you know, quoting him, he was like, you know, all due respect, you're a great reporter, except for reporting on me. Now, again, LaVar Ball is an arrogant asshole. He is. But that's not a crime. Okay. So he says to her, look, all of this bad stuff you done said to me, you know, that's cool. You know, this is a free country. You do what you need to do, but something coming to you. Now, I'm not going to fall on it because I've heard a lot of people say, well, that's, you know, black people don't understand. I was like, well, that very well might be true, but it maybe not. I took it as karma. And I've talked to a lot of my Caucasian colleagues via Twitter and just watching their videos, and they thought the same thing. They was like, I didn't take it as a threat. I just took it he was talking about karma's a bitch. Sooner or later, something, you know, all of this negativity that you bringing up that is untrue, you know, all of this friction where you trying to ask my son, basically, is he scared of me? He needs to get away from me, that type of stuff. He need to break away from me, that type of stuff. And I understand what LaVar was talking about when he was saying that not the statistics, the company line is, you know, single mothers, no dads in the home, which, you know, there are a lot of single moms, you know, in the African-American community. I'm not talking about everybody else's community. They have them all, but they have them also. I'm just talking about us, right? So he like, you know, all of this, you know, no fathers, and these boys have a father. These boys didn't have to struggle. You know, he played professional like all of 5 minutes in the NBA. And then I think, if I'm not mistaken, he played overseas. So he stacked his coins. He stacked his paper. You know, he's married to a Caucasian female. They got 3 kids, 3 mixed kids, all boys. And you can see the dichotomy of the family. The family is close. He is the patriarch. She's the matriarch. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can see where it is. You can see that they are humble. They are well-spoken. They are intelligent. They are engaging. you know, but they're proud, and they let their moves, their basketball skills speak for them, and they unapologetically involved with their dad. Period. This is it. And you're just not going to drive a stake way. So you got to think of all of that going through his mind when she comes out with this and interjecting. So it is what it is. They stop talking. All of a sudden, she gets on some other shows, and she basically wants to say, oh, I'm sorry. Before we get there, when he says that, she says, well, are you threatening me? I'm sitting around there. I'm talking to my partner. I'm like, what the hell is she talking about? He didn't threaten her. Anybody who they gain a soul will understand karma's now could he have said, hey, you know, karma's a bitch. You keep talking that and something's going to happen to you. Maybe he could have said that, but he's not required to say that. You know what I'm saying? He said it the way he felt that he needed to say it. So she wants to throw that card out there, that are you threatening me, that damsel in distress type card, which he was like, I'm just finished telling you that I'm scared of you. Why the hell would I be threatening you? You know, and then there was a little banter back and forth where he said, you know, she said, well, you're being disrespectful to women. He was like, I got a wife. You know what I'm saying? She's an intricate part of everything that we do. I've never disrespected women. What I say is my brand is Big Baller Brand. You know, and yeah, granted, we have female apparel on our site, which Kristine Leahy said nothing about when she said that he don't like women or don't want women liking his brand. There's women clothing and paraphernalia on the site. So all of that was disingenuous. But what bothered me about it, because again, at that point, I was like, I don't like Kristine Leahy. I felt that she should, you know, I feel about Kristine Leahy, I feel about hype men. Okay, hype men is, in the hip hop world, is I'm the act. There's somebody else that just basically hypes up the crowd. But to me, it throws it all. I don't want to hear him or her. I don't want to hear them. I come to hear you. So I don't like hype men, and I don't like contributors, if you will, who interject. It's nonsense. It's not like, you know, because my thing is this, and it's something that Charlemagne the God has said, if you were equal, if that show was an equal show, if you was equal to Colin, both of y'all will be sitting at the desk, because in Speak for Yourself, Colin sits next to Jason Whitlock. And the Herd, Colin sits up front. The camera is always on her. I mean, always on him, and she's all the way across the you know, the studio, if you will. And when she talks, then it's not even that the whole screen points to her most of the time. A lot of times it's like a picture-in-picture where she'll be in there and they'll still be showing Colin or be showing the guest. So I felt that she didn't like him being dismissive of her. And, you know, people in general don't like to be dismissed. That's just basically what it is. I'm not going to sit up there and say it's only white people. People don't like to be dismissed. And she had her panties in a bunch. And this is the first thing she think about. You know, oh, well, he's a big black man and that must be a threat, which is silly, which is really silly. So we get past that, right? She goes on another show, which is Speak for Yourself. And now she turns from the big badass on Colin's show before LaVar Ball coming there talking all this trash, and then basically capitulating at the end of the in my estimation, capitulating to what happened on the Herd show with LaVar too. Now she's on this show surrounded by 3 other brothers, which I'm disappointed as hell in one of them, but that's another show. Now is the damsel in distress. She's sitting over there with her hands crossed. She got her shoulders right, you know, back. She's very dainty, if you will. Well, you know, it's not a feminist thing, and it's not. I didn't mean for it to be a war of culture. It was just respect. No. What you did was you talk shit all before he came in there, and then you interjected, and he stung you. That's all that was. That's all. He clapped back. That's what we say in the hip hop world. He clapped back. She wasn't ready for that. she did not think that he was going to clap back and basically just dismiss you. Just by stay in your lane, I'm not even going to turn around and talk to you. I'm here to talk to this man. Just doing that shut her down, took all the wind, all the sail out of her, all the wind out of her sail, period. That's just all that was. So she gets on and she's down, she said what she's going to say. I still didn't want to get involved, right? I still was getting a lot of not phone calls, but getting a lot of emails and a lot of tweets and stuff like that. You know, Rich, you know, what you think about this? What you think about this? What you think about this? I still don't want to get involved. Later on that day, coon-ass Pillsbury Doughboy Jason Whitlock decides to clap for this woman. And I'm sorry, I say clap. I meant cape. Cape. Cape means I'm standing up for you. I'm like Captain Save Abroad coming to the rescue, right? He goes into this long diatribe and all this type of stuff. But you know what? Before that, you see, I'm jumping all over the place. Before that, the next morning, Charlamagne the God on The Breakfast Club gives Kristine Leahy the donkey of the day. Donkey of the day is self-explanatory. And he goes and explains that she weaponized her whiteness. She played the white victim. She played the big black man card. And he equated it to what happened to Emmett Till. Not Emmett Till, not comparing LaVar Ball and Emmett Till. What he was comparing was the scenario that could get people hurt. The fact that, remember, we just found out about, and I think it was 21, 21, something like that. We just found out that the woman who accused poor Emmett Till of grabbing her and whistling at her lied. She admitted it herself, that she made that up. Now, granted, it's a different time now, but can we really say it's a different time? Can we really? Yesterday, we just heard, or the day before yesterday, we just heard of a suspected white supremacist kill a second lieutenant in the Army, a brother sitting around there. He belonged to a white nationalist, white separatist, white supremacist group on Facebook. You know, stuff like that. He killed him, stabbed him to death. We just finished seeing another cat go into another white supremacist, suspected white supremacist, go into a pool party in San Diego and search out and shoot 7 African Americans. Oh, no, I'm going to shoot you. No, you white. I'm going to let you go. You Asian. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to shoot you. Okay, so we still see that type of stuff. So when people sit up there and want to say, oh, well, this is not whatever it is, 1950s, 1940s, I beg to differ sometimes, okay? So anyway, so he gives her the donkey today, and he basically breaks that down. Now we jump to, now she's on the show with Jason coon-ass Whitlock. He wants to cape for this broad and basically wants to dress or try an attempt to dress down Charlamagne the God for his thing. And I'll be another one. Like I said, I don't like LaVar Ball. I don't particularly care for Charlamagne the God either. But what he did, and y'all check it out. Don't take my word for it. What he did in his 2 commentaries for Donkey of the Day. The first day was Kristine Leahy, and the second day was Jason Whitlock for cooning and caping for this broad. He was spot on. Matter of fact, if you look at my Facebook post, I retweeted not the first one, about Kristine Leahy, because I didn't really know about it, but I definitely put the one with Jason Whitlock. Jason Whitlock is a dangerous black man. Him, Stephen A. Smith, Don Lemon, you know, all of these types of coons, Charles Barkley, they are dangerous. Why? Because they're in a position that they could represent, allegedly, the African-American community and give cover for white supremacists to believe and to promote the type of bullshit that they're trying to do, the type of racism that they're trying to do. So for Jason Whitlock to sit up here and go through all of this diatribe and wrong. And the thing is, let me tell you something this here. This is what I'll say. Be careful what you say now, Because later on in the future, maybe not the next day, next week, next year, next decade, it will come back and bite you. Everything that Jason Whitlock said about Charlamagne the God is what Jason Whitlock has done and continues to do against black people. Jason Whitlock is I'm not even going to say a horrible person, because he's not mean-spirited. He is just a dangerous person to look like me, if you will, and then to be in that position. And it's always something where you think about when somebody who looks like you is put in a position by the dominant society, you have to see if they're actually going to talk truth, because sometimes truth hurts. And when you talk truth, you can't talk truth to the same system that's paying your bills. You can't. I definitely have to say, I was not able to talk the way I talk until I retired from the police department. Not that, and anybody can see, I do not dog out the Orlando Police Department. I just don't. Because it's been good to me. Overall, it's been good to me. Remember, I said that I got fired in 94 wrongfully, got my job back, whatever. But overall, it's been good for me. It has provided me everything that I have today. A retirement, cars, houses, bank accounts, family, all of that. It degrees, businesses, all of that type of stuff. It has played an integral part in what I am and what I'm able to do. But I know that I could not talk truth to power and be a police officer. I just couldn't. Now, I'm not subject to anybody. I say what I need to say. And I'm very respectful, because I understand that you can't say all or none. You can't say that, because you don't know all and you don't know if there's none. So to wrap this up, because shoot, where we at? Where we at? We I'm coming on 25 minutes. But to wrap this up, LaVar Ball did nothing wrong other than be an arrogant prick. And I really do hold out hope that his son, Lonzo, and the rest of them to really do something, in the NFL. I'm just kidding, NBA. I really do. I wish that, and I know a lot of people, Jason Black, a lot of people have all said, I wish you'd pump your brakes just a bit. You don't have to be that bombastic. And hopefully he will learn to be more, not docile. I don't want him to ever be more docile, but be more dignified in your approach. You can clap back at anybody, but, sometimes, it's like, hey, okay, yeah, whatever, keep it moving. I'm done. You finished? Because I'm done. Because if not, you talking to yourself. You know what I'm saying? I mean, without getting just overly arrogant and stuff like that. Sometimes you lose, the point gets lost in that area. So in that aspect, I wish that he would be just a little bit more reserved in how he approaches things. But I'm pulling for the big baller brand. No, I'm not buying no $500 pair of shoes. Can I afford it? Hell yeah, I can afford it. I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it. First of all, I think the shoes are ugly. But if there's anything else to that, and I got enough slides. I'm not giving you $200 for some slides. But I might buy a shirt. It's $50, but I might, just to support the brand, because basically what he's trying to do is he was like, no. Nike, Under Armour, Reebok, no. If you giving LeBron James $300 million, that means you making damn near $3 billion. You know what I'm saying? One of my clients always used to tell me, I want to be the person with the name on the front of the check, not the name on the back of the check. Because if I'm paying you, that means I'm making 5, 10, sometimes 20 times that you making. Chris Rock said it. I'm a millionaire when he was talking to Larry King. This was years ago. And Larry was like, well, how you doing? He said, I'm doing good. I'm doing real good. I'm stacking my chips. I'm doing real good. And he was like, yeah, I heard you make a lot of money. Ha, I make all right. But what I will say is, if you woke up with my bank account tomorrow morning, you kill yourself. You know, he was saying it jokingly, but he meant it. So I pull for LaVar Ball's Baller brand. I pull for his sons. I just think he's an asshole, and I hope that somebody gets to him with, and I'm not talking about somebody in the dominant society. I'm talking about somebody gets to him that he respects and be like, look, bro, you know, keep doing what you're doing. However, we need to be in the boardroom with these people, you know, as equal partners. But if you alienating them, you know, you're going to need that money. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, he'll learn. He'll learn. Kristine Leahy, she played the gender card. She played the race card. Didn't even notice she was playing it. You know, I don't have any respect for her anyway, because like I said, a reporter, that's what Colin said, that she's a reporter. Since when? And Jason Whitlock is a clown. He's a coon. You know, he is the epitome of what, unfortunately, a lot of people who look like me have turned into. Slaves. Basically, cooning and clapping for the man. That's just all it is. That's all it is. And I'm glad that Twitter and YouTube and Instagram, all of them are coming down on him. And he talking about, I can take it. Yeah, okay, that's what you say. That's what you say. Because, see, the fact of the matter is, there's going to come a time, just like it was when you was ESPN, just like when you was with Fox the first time. There's going to come a time when they're going to get tired of you. Why? Because you're no longer relevant. You know what I'm saying? Why are you there? You're there to bring us to the screen. Maybe to bring, what you call that? Bring athletes to your show. Nobody like you. I mean, there's a few people who like you, but the majority of people don't like you. You're a clown. And you're dangerous. And the only reason you're dangerous is because you get on Fox's platform every day, cooning. I won't even say I feel sorry for you. I'm not going to say I hope you fall over and have a heart attack and die, but I can give two shits about you. And that's basically what I feel as far as my commentary is concerned. So I basically balled up everything into 120, what is it? Oh, it was over 30 minutes. Like a 32, 33-minute diatribe, all of your questions and stuff like that. I hope I answered them. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. If you agree with me, if you disagree with me, you know, like or dislike it, you know, just subscribe. Subscribe to us and let us know. So that's going to be the end of our show. The next show will be What's the Real Deal, which will be Friday, and it's going to be totally different. We're going to discuss, we're going to go back to Nerdland. We're going to discuss the differences between Marvel and DC, comics and movies, and why I like one over the other. We're going to go back to being nerds, okay? So that's going to be that show. A lot of you guys have asked about it. We've been chopping it up back and forth in Twitter, so I'm looking forward to it. So in the meantime, in between time, stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, peace, and I'm out of here.